What up, everybody? It's your boy Philip M6 here, and I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded to the channel, but I've been kind of struggling a little bit with ideas slash running our other channel a bit, so I've been able to go on here for a while, but I'm gonna actually experiment with something a little new, a little different. I'm going to take a little look at this rather interesting series on Twitter. You may know about it. It's called The New Norm. As you can see, I do not follow Norm, but this was a show that kind of made the rounds around a year ago because of the. Well, I guess we'll basically see it a bit because I'll be looking through every episode and just kind of share my thoughts on this because I will say it's definitely not a good series, but it is one that I do have a fascination with. It's just like the kind of show that I'm kind of amazed exists at all. And not only that, but it's actually lasted like multiple episodes. In fact, it's even been around since before that. There's some pretty good videos on it discussing like the entire history of it, including like how it kind of started off as like a webcomic called like Woke World, and it basically has all the jokes you'd expect from this kind of, let's just say, media. And now we're looking at the South Park of X itself, but first we're gonna look at this sort of, it's kind of like the pilot but not really. Dave Rubin tweeted out the future of animation is AI, which God, I hope not. Let's take a look at this little pilot, though, of The New Norm. I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit so you can properly hear me.
Hey, Elon, check this out.
Yeah, Elon, check this out. I wonder if Elon ever saw New Norm.
You posted this meme?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
New Norm. Oh, God, cursed AI Norm posted a meme, guys. I'm very concerned for him.
posted this comment?
Cool.
Yes.
Why does okay, first of all, look at this crowd of just like all these like weird clones of each other, like generic white guy, you have this like second generic white guy, third, fourth, fifth, six, seven. Like I'm counting at least 7 of them, possibly more. Like this like weird like version of like AOC. I'm not sure why she's like a judge. Also, there's Norm's daughter right here, who's for some reason like a very small child here, despite the show and comic both clearly portray her as like a teenager. But also, it's kind of funny that like Elon just like showed up to court, this weird Buzz Lightyear looking face, and now he's just in an astronaut suit for some reason, being blinded by all these cameras.
Mr. Musk.
Call me Elon.
Like look at it. Like, Elon is not that tan, nor is he that thin. Like, you can have whatever opinion you want on him, but like, let's be honest with ourselves. You've seen the shirtless pictures of Elon, and that is, he has not looked like that ever. Alright, and I'm saying this as someone who's not the most attractive man either, but like, I can own up to it, alright? If you ever make a creepy AI version of me, if I ever do a face reveal, be accurate, portray the weird homeless beard guy, because that's, and be sure to get my chubbiness too, because I'd rather have a more authentic portrayal of myself than this weird, like, bargain bin Buzz Lightyear. That's just my hot take. Oh yeah, and they're in love with each other, guys. I kind of want to point out too, I think Elon might have been married when they like made that. I could be wrong, but like that'd be really weird as a celebrity, like seeing that and you're like, oh, we're gonna betray you and like someone you politically disagree with being in love with each other. Like, I'm sorry, that's really fucking bizarre. Like that would be like fucking somebody like being like, hey, Trump, check out this video of you and Kamala Harris, like, making out. Like, I don't think Trump would want that. I especially don't think Kamala would want that. I would not wish that on either of them. And then yeah, you just have this weird fan fiction between like two real life people. It's like I don't
When
know
you
if this is
wrote
meant to be a
True,
comedy
were
or
you
is this supposed to be
referring
like
to this or this?
Both.
whoa, bro, he called her dumb and attractive. That's mind breaking. Like, you know, you've earned a sip of your JPEG water bottle right here that's completely empty that you somehow drink through your astronaut helmet while everyone in the crowd just kind of looks at like this lady's looking up left, she's looking up right. Like, what is on the ceiling that's got everybody's attention where they don't even give a shit that a man showed up in a freaking spacesuit to hit on the AOC judge?
It's because of him that millions saw my post.
Why does Norm look so depressed, by the way? Like, he's giving like the biggest like puppy dog eyes. Like, I mean, I get that they're in court for like a meme because they're kind of responding to like the whole EU meme ban thing, which, well, I do agree that it is kind of stupid of the EU to do. I feel like this is the weirdest way of criticizing it. Like, oh yeah, let's respond by writing an Elon X AOC fanfic, and you know, we'll throw in my OC Norm, and we're just gonna make it look like he just caught his wife like cheating on him.
Including the mother.
I'm not saying Norm's wife would cheat on him. If anything, I think Norm's the cheater, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Those are my children's too.
Okay, yeah, they acknowledge her, so it's like, yeah, Elon, don't cheat on your wife, bro.
Don't you have enough kids?
I have a hands-on approach to the world's population crisis.
Which is kind of funny to say, 'cause, like, allegedly some of Elon's kids were actually kind of, like, sort of test tube done. Again, I don't know whether for 100% sure if this is true, but if that is true, though, then that is a very strange, like, thing to try to compliment someone. Like, that would be like a Trump supporter being like, hey man, say what you will about Donald Trump, but he's a vegan. Like, no, Trump's not a vegan.
You'll never get your hands on me. I'm boycotting you.
Then
Bro, Elon just got creepy AI Elon got boycotted.
go.
Wait. Okay, he's telling her to go fuck herself, but then he only uses like 3 X's, which would imply like 3. Is he telling her to like go fuck yourself like FUC or FUK? Or like, or maybe saying a different 3-letter word, like go ass yourself, or like go F slur yourself? I don't know.
Yourself.
The New Norm, the first animated sitcom on X.
Alright. And yeah, that was the original episode of New Norm. Barely even had Norm. It was definitely a lot more Elon focused, which, I mean, I guess as you'll see throughout this series, Norm, he loves him some Elon, you know, he's just the number one Elon guy in the world, but you know, now let's go to the first, like, real episode of this show right here. You know, it's like, this is the New Norm that most people know. Like, when you bring up New Norm, this is what pops in their head right here. This first full episode right here. This 3 minutes and 42 seconds of glory right here. Let's go and get started here. And oh, you know what? Before I do, real quick, I'm gonna rate each episode as we go on here, and to rate that like weird ass pilot, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of have to give that like a 2 out of 10. Like, actually, no, let's not do it by 10. You know, I'm gonna rate it like a school. I'm gonna give that one like a D minus. Like, it like just barely has enough weird but interesting details to where I don't throw in a complete F on it like I would say like Mr. Burcham, for example. And that episode was at least really short, so I'll give it credit. Like, it definitely wouldn't have lasted this long, so I didn't keep talking throughout it, but yeah, there just wasn't really much substance. There wasn't really anything funny besides like the weird army of generic white guys, and depressed Norm. But yeah, other than that, it was just kind of it was a nothing burger to quote. I think Trump's son said that once. I don't know. I'm not a political expert. God, this is so iconic. Like, every new Norm YouTube poop has done something with that ankle scratch right there. It's that iconic.
What's that?
Yeah. The iconic normal beer.
Progress. It's the new norm.
New
Norm ain't the same as the old norm. Bro, Norm just tore the fabric of reality right there. Like, little known fact about Norm, he's kind of a godlike entity. Like, he just like, you just saw his power right there. He tore the theme song sequence, which I know everybody and their grandma said this, but I definitely miss this theme song in the later episodes. I think it would definitely spice them up.
I'm the old Norm. I want normal beer.
Yeah.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter.
Yeah, that's also, like, another weird thing in common with a lot of, like, anti-woke cartoons that, for some reason, they always, like, even though they want the main protagonist to, like, be the one in the right, they still kind of portray them as, like, sort of violent sociopaths. Like, now, to New Norm's credit, Norm is definitely a lot more reasonable than Mr. Burcham was, where Burcham would, like, straight up kidnap teenagers and force them to do, like, manual labor. Well, so far in the New Norm canon, I think the worst thing that Norm's done so far is yell at the school board, thus getting himself house arrested. I don't recall if he's done anything worse, but we are going through the whole series in this video, so let's see if I'm proven wrong.
That girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow!
And, you know, I mean, I will say, you know, the dog seems happy with their identity as they chose to piss on Norm while, you know, cuddling up to his daughter. So, you know, I think the dog, clearly looking at the dog, is wise enough to know what's going on, even give a smug look after they peed on Norm. Like, you know, I think the dog is smart and sentient enough to accept their non-binary identity, and I respect that.
Janice, what's that?
Warning, offensive.
Actually, that is one of my pronouns.
Not gonna lie, when I first saw the episode, I thought Chaz, who's this character here, was saying that offensive was one of their pronouns instead of that being their pronouns. Like, yeah, profensive, that's one of my pronouns, instead of, you know, the obvious joke being that is the pronoun, like they go by that as, or one of the things they go by. You know, that's another thing I will say. It's funny that we like how a lot of like modern media does try to be more inclusive, but New Norm actually has more non-binary representation than a lot of like even really progressive media does, because they have two whole non-binary characters right here, Chaz and the dog, when most of them would only really settle at one. So, you know, I will give New Norm credit. They actually managed to throw in two non-binary characters. Also, if you notice here, Chaz has homophobia, so there's a fun little trivia right there.
Also, they, them, and me.
You know, I mean, I am cis, but not gonna lie, if I did change to something, meh would go kind of hard as a pronoun. Like, obviously it's a Monty Python reference, but I don't know, I kind of like meh. I'll give him that.
You're non-binary?
Bro, the non-binary riz of Chaz has got to be studied.
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up.
Hey, most people learn it from the internet, Norm, okay? So at least your child learned it like from a place of education.
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Okay, another embarrassing fact, I actually did kind of chuckle at that line. It's a very stupid joke, but I love stupid jokes, so that one actually did kind of get me a little bit. Like, you know what, I will say New Norm is honestly a better show overall than Mr. Bircham, because while Mr. Bircham would just go on forever with its, like, soapbox preaching and, like, weirdly hypocritical message, and it drags on for, like, 20 minutes. New Norm, I'll give credit, it's short, it's to the point, it has some iconic lines, and even though most of the laughs are unintentional, I at least get some positive enjoyment from the New Norm, which is probably why I have a fascination with this stupid show. It's like, it's at least interesting. Like, Mr. Bircham, like, just hurts your soul. New Norm, it has an undescribable aura to it. The Norm has aura.
Where's my room?
That's
You're
staying here?
Chaz is part of a new government program.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist.
Man, I kind of, with how, like, bad the job market is right now, like, shit, I wish I could get a job where I could just lecture to old people all day. Like, I'm not a super political person, but, like, I'm a sellout, though, so, if you want U.S. government, if you want to help pay me to, like, make Norm woke or unwoke or whatever, like, there's some money in my bank account. I think I can do it. I think I can make Norm believe whatever you want him to believe. Because, Norm's an important figure, so we need to spend our hard-earned taxpayer dollars to re-educate Norm, and just Norm exclusively. Oh yeah, we got the token black guy.
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
Also, I know everybody in the fandom jokes about, like, Norm and Charlie being an item, but, like, he does genuinely have, like, more of a connection with him than he does his own wife. Like, but his wife is just sort of like, Janice, and that's it. But, but when he's over, though, it's like, oh, my boy, my best guy, somebody normal. Oh, let's fist each other, yeah. Like, Norm's cheating on his wife with him. That's my personal fan theory. If you disagree or agree, comment down below, let me know. But yeah, I think there's a little something going on between these two. Like, and I'm not alone.
Don't understand. You're black.
Just the way he fucking says that.
Did that just Black Whisper?
You're his friend?
And boss? Speaking.
That's right, and his boss too. You gotta give New Norm, all right. Like, listen, not only is his best friend black, he's also his boss, and he's wearing a Redskins shirt because he doesn't like the Washington Generals.
When you coming back to the trophy shop?
As soon as I get rid of this, which means I gotta take in that?
Offensive.
Okay, bot. Freaking, like, how is that offensive? Chaz just straight up told you earlier that is one of their pronouns. So how is that, like, offensive? Like, Norm and his buddy here are, like, they've called the right pronoun. You've won, robot. What more do you want? Like, bro, imagine, like, you call somebody by their preferred pronoun and you still get labeled offensive. Like, this robot, man, he's a little glitched up.
Chaz is here to re-educate Norm.
In non-bonery studies.
Offensive.
Hey, he's just teaching him about... I don't even know where I was going with this.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog and non-binary.
Why did she... I know people have questioned this before, but it really does bear repeating, though. Why did she lift the dog's tail? Like, does the butthole prove that the dog is non-binary? Like, does New Norm know that, like, most non-binary people, like, don't really do anything to their genitals. They just don't identify as either. Are they implying that Chaz is like a Barbie slash Ken slash them doll under that weird baggy gray outfit? Looks like something Eric Rowan would wear at a funeral. Like, I'm sorry this became about Chaz's bizarre drip, but and like what is this? Just what is this?
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
I come here to get away from woke.
Trouble at home?
Oh, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
There's another joke that I think that's like the one joke most of the community has accepted.
Hey, pronoun. This bud's for you.
Beer. Them, sorry.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Why did the audience gasp at that?
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
That was sort of like I guess like, I'm not really sure what point that like New Norm was like trying to like make with this one. Like, are they saying like they should be more okay with underage drinking? I mean, I do get that like America's is rather high compared to like most countries. Like Mexico's like 18, Germany's like I think 14, or like some that's probably crazy to us, normal to them, you know, different culture sort of thing. But like, what a bizarre thing for like New Norm. You know what the real problem with this country is? The age to drink is too high. Like that's what really fired up the writers this morning when they were writing this. Also, Jesus, yeah, he is tall as fuck, by the way. Like, look at that height comparison. It's like, you know, Chaz, he's like a decent bit taller than Norm, but like, he'll like his eyes don't even go up to his titties. Like, I think he might be a good like. He's definitely above 6 feet tall. It's like, just look at this like Goliath right here. Like, if you kind of compare him to like the Door, yeah, I think he might be 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. In fact, they Chaz here, they kind of look like Enzo Moore right now. I'm getting off sidetracked.
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
Also, I like that like the neighbor yelling at them is enough for Chaz to be like, okay, I can't do this. Also, why does this dog mask look so like polygonal? It's like a Cybertruck, but like a Doberman mask.
Find a way to break him. Maybe we can fix the country.
Though I kind of realized there is like a little bit of a callback here. Because like earlier the daughter mentioned sometimes they're neither or both or dressed like a furry. And if you go back, neither, both, furry. Did New Norm like do foreshadowing to these characters right here? The evil force that wants to wokeify Norm to make him the new Norm?
I just want normals. Beer.
Iconic.
You know there'll be jokes.
What a bizarre line to like close this part of the episode too. It's just like, you know there'll be jokes. Like, as he does this like weird soy pog face at like while elbowing Norm. Is that how like, do you guys react like that if your friends like spill beer on themselves? Do you go, oh, you know there'll be jokes? Oh.
Same as the old norm. Everything's changing and I don't know when. This fortnight Maryland, thank God for
oh yeah, and there's Elon. Guys, it's Elon. You know Elon. Look at how skinny he is. He lost his tan, but he is just so skinny. Look at him. He's like a pencil. He's got a X shirt, brand X. You know, he's just like just look at Elon. I was cheering too. Like, just what a fucking. Oh, he threw the axe. He used his own shirt. Also, why does Elon kind of look like a lesbian? Like, I swear I've seen lesbians before that look exactly like Elon looks here. I wonder if that's why they gave him like a weird redesign in the next episode.
I almost forgot.
She got tickets to D's Nuts.
We're going to Disney World.
That clearly said D's Nuts, not Disney World. You lying hoe. This is exactly why Norm is cheating on you with this man right here. Because you lie to him. Why do you lie? Everybody's gasping because they caught you on your lies. You manipulative little snake. Why was she shocked after that? It's a woke world after all. We were just talking about how that was the original webcomic name. I did foreshadowing. And yeah, you know, that was the iconic first episode. Now, so far, like, you know, there's a lot to criticize with it. Oh, whoops, did not mean to pull that up. Yeah, there's a little pic, my profile pic. I gotta say, overall, as you can see, I bookmarked the episode. This episode is iconic. I just want normal beer. God, what's this? Me? You know, so far, I think this New Norm episode really defines what New Norm truly is at the core. We know he's the old Norm, and we know that the new Norm is not the same as the old Norm, that we haven't seen New Norm as a character yet. I'm wondering if New Norm will be a character to combat old Norm or not. The past versus the present. We got an iconic cast here. I'll give this one a C, you know, a solid C. Like, is it good? Nah, but it gave me some good entertainment. Sometimes that's just all you really need in life, alright? Like, there's a reason Adam Sandler movies make, like, millions of dollars, because they're not looking for Shakespeare. I'm not looking for Shakespeare. I just want to laugh at stupid shit. But let's go ahead and move on here to episode 2, Electile Dysfunctions. If Trump wins, they're out of here. Is this implied, like, who is they exactly? Like, I could maybe get a feeling that maybe he's talking about the left, but, like, the way this is, like, grammatically structured, it's like New Norm is saying that if Trump wins, then, like, Trump and Elon are out of here, or maybe Donald Trump is non-binary, and, like, they will be out of here if they win, like, they do not want to stick around if they win. In which, you know, spoiler alert, Trump did end up winning the election, so, like, I guess Trump's in space now. Non-binary Trump's in space. And, yeah, there's what I was talking about earlier with the Elon Musk redesign. They made him more of a chunky fellow, which I do respect, you know, guy. Like, if somebody's a chonk, own up to the chonk. Let us know that they are verified thick. Alright, because, you know, Trump and Elon, they're both thick boys, alright? No matter your opinion on them, they're thick. With 2 C's. Like, don't shoot the messenger, I'm just spitting a fact. This is coming from a decently thick boy. Anyway, let's go watch this episode. I've been talking about asses too much. Also, damn, Norm is, like, really grabbing that, cock rocket right there. Like, he is really jorking that thing. Do they know about the sizable Yowie fan base? Like, is this symbolism for Norm aggressively jerking Elon off? Which, I mean, you know, if it is, you know what? I'll give them credit. At least they're being honest. I respect honesty.
If Kamala wins, we're out of here.
If Trump wins, we're out of here.
And no matter what, half the planet's like gonna go to space. That's pretty dark there. I will say this is a rather interesting way of portraying the election, is two people lining up to different rocket ships in case one party wins. Even though this kind of, if I remember correctly, this was released a decent while before election day, so like, did they just stand in that line for like several weeks waiting for the winner? I don't know, it's kind of bizarre. Also, why is this redneck? Why do some of these background characters kind of look like Phineas and Ferb characters? Like if they got like AI generated. Oh wow. Oh yeah, fun fact by the way, Trump and Elon, they do indeed have a flying saucer thingy. You know, this is a historical documentary. And he's got his Doge right there, you know, which I am genuinely curious what the owner of Cheems, rest in power Cheems. I pound my chest to point at the sky. I wonder what the owner of Cheems thinks about his beloved dog becoming what Elon has turned it into. Like, I don't trust that face right there with that dog. I'm generally not sure which design of Elon I kind of prefer with New Norm, because on one hand, the old episode version just looked like a weird baby-faced, like, thing. But at the same time, though, this Elon really looks like a cracked-out Tom Cruise. So, like, I don't know. I mean, Trump's design's kind of okay. Like, you know, they got he's a thick boy. They got his details, other than, you know, they made his hands a little big, but, you know, is what it is. Really, my only major issue is they should have given him some spray tan. Because, like, is Trump really Trump without the spray tan? Like, it's an iconic part of him. All right, that's a very key detail of the character you're missing out on, and I really don't appreciate Trump being whitewashed.
No, they need dogs.
Also, the dog, I guess the non-binary dog has chosen to side with Trump. Like, damn, they switched their political allegiance.
Cats.
Your side eats dogs and cats.
Our guy just sings about it.
Oh yeah, for some reason, the girl accused them of eating dogs and cats. Like, I don't really recall, like, if that was a complaint about the Trump candidacy. You know, I mean, I have heard a lot of criticisms about the Trump campaign. I don't recall anyone arguing, like, oh yeah, Donald Trump, he eats cats and dogs. Like, I know Trump was the one who made that accusation, but, like, I don't know, does Trump eat cats and dogs? Does he?
Eating the dog.
Okay, so rating that dance real quick, they did manage to capture Trump's iconic double ghost jerk-off dance, so I can respect that they managed to get that in there, though Elon, they kind of messed up on Elon's, like, weird jump in the air thing, because, like, you know, he's kind of, like, going for, like, making an X with his body, with his, like, limbs. You know, upper arms is like the YMCA, legs spread out to make an X. Like, you know, that's what he's doing, you know, it's branding. So it's kind of weird, like, they kind of messed that up, and now he's just sort of doing, like, a leaping Y. And then afterwards, Elon walks like an Egyptian for some reason. Is it because Egypt's in Africa and Elon's South African? Is that what they're going for? I don't know. I will say, though, with between Norm's chemistry with his boss and then how much he really loves Elon, I think Norm's got a bit of a type for African men. I could be wrong, but just a speculation. On everybody's uniting for the concert. This is actually kind of beautiful. Even if that guy has a really fucked up face, Jesus.
Maybe we all can get along.
You know, you already lied about going to D's Nuts. How can I really trust you on this? You know, I don't think they are getting along. Listen, damn, Elon is, like, really copping a feel there. Like, well, he's getting a little bit of Trump milk squeezed out of there. Like, you know, he's just going for the He's just copping the feel right there. And he grew his lips back.
There, on the sloped roof.
Yes, sir. So, for some reason, like, in order to reference, like, the Trump assassination, they decided that his attempted assassin's gonna be, like, Hillary Clinton, of all people? You know, I mean, I get that they're going with the common conspiracy of, like, Hillary Clinton takes out people who have information that lead to the rest of her, stuff like that. You know, I know that's, like, a common meme. Whether that's true or not, you can do your own research on that, but, still kind of a weird choice, though, because she hasn't really been in the public eye that much since, like, 2016. If anything, you'd think it'd be, like, Kamala trying to assassinate him, or maybe, like, the FBI or the CIA or something, but, like, no, it's just, they're in the lines, and then Hillary tries to murder Trump out of nowhere. I guess with the meme explanation, that kind of makes it make a little more sense, but still, I feel like this joke would have made a little more sense in, like, 2020, or a lot more in 2016, in my opinion. Also, good on Elon for no longer groping Trump, so that's good. Also, wait a minute, they just closed the rocket, weren't they supposed to, like, let the other Trump supporters on there? Like, the whole reason they even went in the lines in the first place is to get in the rocket in case the person they didn't want to win won, but, like, Trump just kind of left all of his supporters stranded. What kind of message are you sending here, Norm? Also a little weird to have, like, Amazon? Is Amazon the main competitor? They might be, I don't know. I might be an idiot. Ooh. Okay, so this character is kind of... Actually, it's a bit of an... There's some interesting conversations around this character as, in the official PNG of this character, yes, the New Norm characters do have official PNGs. This character was seen wearing, like, a watermelon dress, which a lot of people on Twitter took that as, like, New Norm making fun of Palestine, since, like, a lot of people use watermelons as, like, a symbol for Palestine, since the flag's, like, a similar color. And what I have to say about that controversy is, not gonna lie, I think people are kind of looking a little too deeply into New Norm. Like, New Norm is not a show about subtlety, like, and it's definitely a bizarre show with its political messages, but, like, they're pretty blunt in your face with, like, what they're trying to say, and I don't think New Norm would be subtle enough to have its only joke on Palestine just be, oh, it's the color of a drag queen's dress happens to have watermelons on them. I mean, and even if it was meant to be a shot, like, it's kind of a weak insult saying that, like, Palestine is drag queens. Okay. I mean, maybe calling somebody gay would have been a lot more effective, like, 20 years ago, but I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think at worst the Norm is joking like, haha, the fruity or whatever. Like, I think that's the more New Norm type of humor. And that's even if it's even at that and not just like, oh, let's just give the character like a fruit on their dress or something. Like say, I think it's much more likely a joke about drag queens' femininity than it is about like, oh, we're gonna say something about Palestine by associating them with the drag queen. You know, that common stereotype. Anyway, let's get back to the episode. Yeah.
A DEI hire.
Boy, that line did not age well.
I wonder what this button does.
I mean, you know, you gotta give for a DI hire, like, they still managed to get the rocket to work, so, like, you know, got good results there.
Now we're stuck here with you.
Yeah, is this like a subtle nod both parties like abandoning their followers for their own self-interest? Because if so, there would be more intelligence to this show. But again, I don't think New Norm has that kind of subtlety, so I think that was purely unintentional. Also, I didn't learn this till later on, but apparently these are cameos of two right-leaning commentators. This one's like a police dude. I forgot his name. I don't really know much about him. But that guy right there is a good old Bensel Sharpener himself, Ben Shapiro. You might know him as the facts don't care about your feelings guy. He's a good buddy, Matt Walsh, which, fun fact, if you look up Matt Walsh 16-year-olds, you'll find some very interesting information on him. Look that up.
We're stuck here with you. And they, them.
Communist homophobe.
Wait a minute, did she call Norm a communist? Why did she call Norm a communist? Like, I get Chaz saying homophobe, which, that is another controversy I'll go and address right now. Yes, from episode 2 onward, Chad's voice does change. Because I guess the voice for the first episode, I forgot that person's name, ended up, I guess he wasn't able to come back to voice Chaz. They got some random, deep voiced guy to do it, and yeah, Chaz's new voice is kind of weird. It doesn't really fit them very well.
My plan worked. They're destroying each other.
Holy shit, Vladimir Putin. Well, that's not Vladimir. You get what I'm saying here, but, what's interesting about the timing of this episode is that, shortly before this episode came out, there actually was some speculation. Again, I don't know whether or not this is true, but if it is true, then that's really interesting, is that, basically there's a rumor going around that New Norm was actually funded by Russia. Read some, is basically a money laundering scheme from Russia or something along those lines. I don't know a lot about it, but it is kind of interesting. Again, I don't know whether this is true or not, and Putin being in this episode was kind of a funny coincidence with that. But let's see Putin's fate here. Yeah, there's the watermelon socks.
Yet.
Okay, so, the drag queen just casually murdered Vladimir Putin live on TV. The Kremlin is on fire. Vladimir Putin is fucking dead. The New Norm lore is crazy, man.
What do we do now?
Loot?
I need a beer.
He said the thing.
Wait, where's our dog?
They're eating the dogs.
Oh.
They're eating the cats of the people who live there. The New Norm.
Just fucking Norm as the Moon Man. I remember first watching this episode. I just lost it right there. That shot right there. That fucking. Imagine looking up in the night sky every night and you just see this smug ass moon right here. That's your life. That's the norm. You just see smug ass Norm in the stars every day. That might be what hell's like. Majora's Mask would be a lot scarier with that.
Ain't the same as the old
normal. We did at least get a nice little remix of the New Norm theme, so that's something. Everybody's doing their double Joe jerk-off dance. Elon and Trump just casually kidnapped the family dog. Hopefully they don't plan on eating him. Also, on a post-editing note, I just want to point out that this is actually the last time we see the dog in the entire series, so do with that information what you will.
I'm Norm. I want
Oh yeah, here's the ad right here.
normal beer. Problem is, nowadays, beer's covered in rainbows and drag queens. If only there was a better way. Turn any beer into normal beer with the Normal Beer Cozy. Get the Normal beer cozy now and make every beer a normal beer.
Yeah, so that was New Norm episode 2. Comes with a free little advertisement. This episode's kind of hard to really talk about. Like, I'm kind of mixed on this episode, because on one hand, I do like that they went a little, like, weirder and, like, kind of over the top of their humor. Like, kind of embrace the surrealness of it a bit more. On the other hand, though, like, with Chaz's voice changing and having a much less, like, structured plot, it is very, like, all over the place, and I think overall I'll give this, like, I'll give it a C minus. Again, it was amusing. Norm Moon makes it a C, actually. I'll tie it with episode 1, because between the Moon Norm and just, like I said, the overall craziness of it, I do respect it. Even if it is, like, it's about as interesting as, like, these types of shows can get. So that is me being extremely generous, but there you are. You're welcome at X New Norm. And now we're gonna look a little bit into episode 3 here. We got a third episode. This one came out quite quickly after episode 2, right around election, like, day itself. As you can see, they have a lot of balloons ready here. This is a pretty big ass, like, political party going on here. Like, yeah, we're gonna really go all out. Like, the party stickers, they got balloons, one side matching, like, Trump and Merck, all that. The other side representing, like, Kamala, LGBT, all that. Like, you know, they really went all out with the decorations here, though. I think they kind of won, though, because they both got a better view of the TV, and they actually get, like, chairs to sit in, and despite having a couch, they're just forced to stand there. It's like, damn. Also, like, how, like, it's election night, and instead, like, you know, Chaz supporting Kamala, you know, got U.S. flag, he's wearing MAGA, you know, pretty obvious where they're standing at, and then she's just holding out, like, a trans flag for some reason, like, 'cause I remember on my election night seeing a bunch of people wave around, like, trans pride flags. You know, let's just start this episode.
An election, a nation divided.
Racist.
Communist.
Xenophobe.
Huh?
Weirdo.
Fascist.
You know, at least this time, like, the insults the characters are make a little more sense this time. Unlike, like, last episode where Norm's daughter called him a communist.
Hey!
Can we all just get along?
With them?
We have nothing in common.
We have nothing in common with them.
We're for democracy.
You rigged democracy.
You know, it's actually kind of a little bit of a depressing tale going on here. 'Cause the mom is, like, desperately trying to get the family together, but Norm and his daughter are, like, so caught up in politics that they can't even, like, have a normal conversation. Like, they're just constantly insulting each other and fighting. And, man, this is actually a little bit depressing the more you think about it. Like, this is a torn apart family. And, yeah, you know, the mom is a liar about going to D's Nuts World, but at the same time, though, maybe I do feel a little bad for her, man. She's kind of like the only thing holding this family together. Also, Norm looks really funny in this shot.
Your guy said he'd be a dictator on day 1.
Your side's been dictator since day 1.
Your guy's an idiot.
Your girl's a cackling idiot.
Your VP is weird.
See? You agree on something.
You know, that is kind of a wholesome thing. Both parties did manage to have a rather bizarre vice president, so, you know, you were right about something new, Norm. I'll have a cookie for that. I can't shove a cookie through a microphone.
Your side's divisive.
Your side's divisive.
Your side is divisive. Fascist.
Fascist?
His side divided the fascists. Also, I don't like that face that Norm's making here. Like, he looks like he's got some things in mind.
Fascists are on your side.
Nazis are on yours.
Huh? Nazis?
Why is like half of the boss's dialogue just like questioning what's going on? Like, first he says, huh? Fascists? Nazis? Does he like not know what's going on? Maybe he's buzzed.
Charlottesville? Tiki torches?
That was years ago. Now your side hates Jews.
Your side hates Jews.
No, your side hates Jews.
Your side hates
No,
Jews.
your side hates
Your
Jews.
side hates
Your
Jews.
side hates Jews.
Your
Your
side
side
hates
hates
Jews.
Okay.
Yeah, some of this episode's honestly kind of hard to talk about because it's like, it really is mostly just characters like arguing over politics, which, I mean, I get that like New Norm, like you're kind of meant to be like a comedy. And, you know, I mean, there is ways to make arguments funny, obviously. Like, Smiling Friends is a good example of that. If you're gonna have like the characters argue, especially over something like politics, I feel like there's a lot more funny things you can really do with that. Right now, most of these arguments are just like legitimate arguments, and it's kind of, I don't know, I just feel like I'm watching a Twitter conversation right now. Which, you know, I could understand if they're like satirizing it, but like, no, it's just a Twitter conversation.
That's one thing in common.
Election interference, sex scandals, liar, backed by billionaires.
Democracy
is on the ballot.
I will say it is kind of making an interesting... It's kind of bizarre that, like, Norm is making a point about, like, how both sides are acting kind of similarly, because, like, judging by the first two episodes, it's very blatantly pro, this guy here, but this episode's kind of having, like, a bit of a surprise, like, centrist twist to it, which, again, maybe that's what they're going for with that one, but it's definitely coming out of nowhere shit.
This could be our last election. If your side wins, it's World War III!
Why did Norm, like, start that sentence before his daughter did? That was kind of strange. Oh, shit. Right wins, left riots. Left wins, right riots. So far, no riots that I've heard about, so, you know, good job, everybody, so far. There's definitely some political issues going on, but, you know, not much riots that I've heard about.
No matter who wins, we all lose.
Which, again, like, I know I've said this earlier, but, like, this is such a surprising stance that this episode takes with that one, especially from, like, New Norm. You'd think that the show would be, like, very blatantly, like, yo, Trump's this epic mega Chad who does everything, but, like, no, it's just like, yeah, both sides do kind of suck, and it's just, I kind of, like, I don't know whether to complain about its, like, tone shift, or, like, applaud it for, like, kind of having the balls to do that, or at least as much balls as New Norm can have. I don't know, this is...
Strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
What the fuck?
How about a nice normal beer? Normal beer. I just want normal beer. Normal beer. Normal beer goes in at shop.newnorm.tv.
Yeah, so that was episode 3.
An election, a nation
No,
divided.
we're not rewatching that. That was definitely the most fever dreamy of all the episodes. Is unique though. It is unique. What would I rate this? Like, did it really have a plot? That ending too was like this is just a really weird episode. Like, I don't even know what to rate it. I guess like a C-, I guess is what I could rate it. Like, there was barely a plot and most of it was arguing, but at least it did kind of make me think a little bit, sort of. So that's something. It's definitely a unique episode. Yeah, you know, let's just get to the final episode. I think watching so much New Norm is like genuinely starting to break my sanity. And this one is crypto themed. Yeah, iEmoji meme coin episode dollar with an animated Dave Portnoy at Stool President. Gonna be honest, I have no idea who Dave Portnoy is. Trump coin and basement Ron basement with unicorn fart dust. Who is writing these? I'm genuinely curious who's writing these tweets. Like, is it the creator of the show, or is it like some guy they gave like sweatshop money to? We don't even know who really animates the new Norm because there isn't really credits. So it's like, let's just get. Anyway, yeah, this is the newest episode, dropped literally yesterday. In fact, this is actually kind of what motivated me to do this, because, like, I've noticed a lot of people, like, when they look at New Norm, they usually either talk about, like, just the politics of it, or, like, just the series as, like, a whole bubble, but I want to sort of, like, look more analytically into each episode.
Can somebody explain to me Fartcoin?
I made a meme coin.
Alright, so that was the epic cameo by that guy. He wants to know what Fartcoin is. Also, we're live in Chaz's basement. $2,500 bear. That is a ripoff.
For days.
Whoa, they just launched WokeCoin. It's it's if there's one thing woke people love, it's cryptocurrency.
Dems and all of us who will always stay woke and never let DEI die.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Let's check in. Wow, woke is finally winning.
Billions and billions
No.
Your computer is binary?
First the election and now this? How do you people keep winning?
How did Trump
I'm still not a big fan of Chaz's new voice. It's just so off.
range you this time?
He launched a meme coin.
A Trump coin? About time they got rid of FDR.
That coin's worth 10 cents. A meme coin could be worth millions.
Looks like Trump.
Just a quick heads up about most meme coins tend to end up being scams. Just wanted to address that real quick. And I'm not saying this is like a political thing, but like, look at Haktua coin, for example. Yeah, just leaving that there. So this is... Some stuff might actually be a little bit concerning. It's like, it is blatantly... Again, I don't know how Trump's crypto's doing, but, all I'm saying is be careful with crypto, with which cryptos you invest in.
Trump's coin is worth billions, and your coin's only worth...
Think you can do better?
You challenging me?
My coin versus your coin. I'll even make it for you.
A Norm coin?
That's nice of them.
Why not? There's butt coin, fart coin.
Can somebody explain to me Fartcoin?
We got a second Fartcoin shout out.
Unicorn.
Why is that his only contribution to the episode? Like, did they even get him to, like, officially voice it, or did they just, like, take his voice?
And fart dust?
They make coins out of farts?
Worth millions, even billions.
You gotta be me.
Crypto wants more normies anyway.
Normies. Like Swifties. But for me, Norm.
Ugh.
Are you a normie? Comment down below.
My face on a coin. Take that, Harriet Tubman.
Hey, you've already been on the moon. You don't need to be greedy.
Ready?
May the best man win.
Did you fart?
That is the sound of money.
Ugh.
Norm's gassy.
And you, Norm?
And if you're wondering why there's like a bunch of random like fart references, I guess like Fartcoin actually was like a real thing that kind of happened, but also like there was one of the buildups to this episode was Norm had like people vote on like, what fart sound effect they would have, and I guess like unicorn farts one or something like that. Like, it was a very bizarre marketing campaign, and I guess it's just sort of what Norm's into right now. Flatulence and cryptocurrency. You have some interesting hobbies, Norm.
Ain't the same.
Now we got an epic beat.
Old Norm.
And yeah, that was the newest episode of the newest Norm. You know, honestly, I kind of gotta give this one an F. There's like barely any jokes there. A lot of meme coins are a scam, so its message is a little dodgy. Yeah, that was like barely an episode. That was just more of an ad for Norm's crypto. And yeah, this is a wallet address if you're curious. But yeah, Norm should have farted more. Haha. Did you recast Chaz? I'm afraid so. At Wallow Light. What else are people saying about this? Go back to the first episode plot. President Jamali and Boris don't. Oh god. What on earth happened to the actual series? It's been a scam from the beginning. Haha. Oh man. This is a very controversial episode of New Norm here. Norm, I'm sorry if I can't support this. You had a great pilot and third episode, but I'm afraid this is the end of the line. I'm leaving you forever. Goodbye. Oh, SpongeBob's pissed, man. Alright, like, Norm. Listen, you gotta start making real episodes again, alright? Yeah, it's like, you really broke Tinless Elf 090's heart right there. Man, you just destroyed Daddy Norm. No, just Norm. You have let me down. You promised to be loyal. But now you're just scamming. Did our night of passion mean nothing to you? We're done. I want a divorce. You take your normal beer. Oh, whoops. You take your normal beer anywhere but here. We're through. Damn, that was just absolutely... You know, it's a little heartbreaking to read, but, like, I can understand, though. Like, yeah, why didn't Chaz even, like, try to start, like, a woke Bitcoin? Is there any woke people, that like super woke people that are into cryptocurrency? Like, I mean, if you are, feel free to comment down below. I'm genuinely curious. Oh god, this creepy AI cat. Please throw that thing into the sun. Ugh. Yeah, just so many, he should have... Only complaint, he should have farted in my mouth. Thanks, Reggae, to Bomb69. Those, you know, so yeah, that was the entire New Norm episode. Sorry I started off a lot more analytical and then got, like, more and more brain dead throughout it, but, like, to be fair, each episode kind of gets, like, dumber and dumber as it goes on, so, like, I don't know what to really say. I guess if I had to rank the episodes, then it would basically be in backwards order. 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess this one is a little bit better than, like, the weird Elon X AOC pilot, since this one actually had something to do with, like, the New Norm. Like, it actually focused on Norm. So that is something I will give this episode. No, it wasn't like a weird fanfic, so... And, you know, it was actually animated and not, like, AI generated, so, you know, yeah, this is only the second worst episode of New Norm. That's my current opinion. Feel free to let me know what your opinions of New Norm is down below. This has been Philip M6, and I think I'm just gonna go cry myself to sleep.